Hello, I'm going to be taking you through the rev.com website. For those of you who don't know, there's a website that pays you to transcribe some audios and videos for some cash, and you get to choose your own projects on this website. But then before we go any further, let's go through what you need to know. Let's go into the website. I would hope that you've gone into rev.com, and the moment you open that, they'll tell you that you get paid weekly, sent via PayPal. You can earn an average of $245 a week, and apparently their top monthly earning is $1,495. So that's the best that you can make in a month. It's okay when you come from when you don't need that much money, but this is not a job that you can depend on solely as your own form of income, because first of all, transcribing is very stressful. Then let's go down here and see what this is all about. They show you the steps: sign up and get approved for to transcribe, choose from available transcription jobs, get paid weekly. Okay, more or less the same thing that we just read before. And benefits of working at Rev: decide what you want to work on, get paid weekly, choose your own schedule, same thing. Oh, okay, yes. And those are some testimonials from some people, and frequently asked questions. And I would encourage you to go through the frequently asked questions, because these are things that some people who have had experience with Rev have gone through. So it's best to go through them and understand them before you even sign up, because once you take the test and you fail the test, they're going to give you about 45 days to take another test. So by the time you take the test, you have to be very, very sure that you really, really want to take that test and pass it on the first go. Now let's go down here. Once you're there, you just go down. There is that blue strip down there. This is where we can become a freelancer. Okay, like I said, becoming a transcriptionist is very, very stressful, because you're going to have to sit for long hours on a chair or a couch or somewhere. So you have to really, really be sure about your story. And another thing that you really need to know about transcriptioning is that you have to have good command of the English language, because sometimes the audio is not that clear, and you have to figure out what this person is saying on the audio or on the video, because sometimes they use videos. And you also have to have a very good listening eye, because you have to differentiate between different speakers. Sometimes you have two females talking and you can't distinguish who. So one of the skills that you really need to have when you want to be a transcriptionist, not just on Rev, on any other website, is you need to also be very fast with your hands, and very good. You can test how fast you can be with your typing on a site called typingtest.com. I'll show you that later, but right now let's go through this. There's something that called the style guide that you have to read and understand before you even start, so that you can know what you are getting yourself into, and if you can really, really do the job, because it's not as easy as you think. It's not just typing. It's really putting an effort into it, even though it pays a little. But you know what, you are going to have to put a lot of concentration on it and a lot of effort into it. So here we go. This is what they call the style guide. Like technically it's what guides you into what they expect, the kind of words that you should change and stuff like that, how you should capitalize, how you should code, how you should put tags and punctuations and stuff like that. So we are on the first part. This is the welcome part. We are excited to you are interested in freelancing with Rev. Whether you are a seasoned transcriptionist or a newbie, you'll be referring to the following guide to learn how to create accurate and professionally formatted transcripts. As you proceed, please remember you can refer to this guide at any point when completing the sample. Please follow the guidelines listed on the following pages for your sample. Use your best judgment to apply these rules. Your job as a transcriptionist is to ensure that the end result is customer ready. So now we go to the next step, which is accuracy. To edit for accuracy, listen carefully to the audio sample and correct the transcript as needed. And that is very important. The spoken word is not always grammatically correct. That is why I was saying you when you transcribe for Rev, you have to be very good with your English, because otherwise you will not pass this test. Or even if maybe you pass the test with a lower mark, you won't be able to stay on Rev for a very long time to make enough money. So one of the things that they emphasize is don't paraphrase or substitute words, don't rearrange the order of speech, do not correct a speaker's grammar, don't correct punctuation unless it distracts from readability. So you have to take notes of those things. And here we come to readability. What readability means. There are words like, they call them filler words, like those kind of words, they say you should omit those words because they probably don't matter to them. And readability, remove false starters and repetitions. And as you can see, it says I was, and then I was going to the store. So this person repeated. So you just take out the first I was. And then omit quick interjections such as someone saying unless it is a direct response to a question. Change informal contractions to formal speech. Gonna, wanna, gonna, wanna, don't, can't. Those should be changed to going to. That is, gonna should be changed to going to. Wanna should be changed to want to. Don't should be changed to do. Actually, don't should stay as don't. And can't should stay as can't. But you know how you have to punctuate that. Between the N and T, you have to put that little punctuation so that you can show that what is really happening there. And remember, never change the story being told. Don't edit or omit special words, entire sentences, or expletives. When in doubt, leave it in. Proper nouns, As you transcribe, part of your responsibility is to research proper spellings and capitalizations for important words, phrases, and terminology that you may not be familiar with. So, in other words, these people are allowing you to go back to Google or whatever search engine you are using to make sure that what you are hearing is really something that is there. Like, for example, I find myself having problems with names of places, if because sometimes it's like American places, American institutions, American destinations. So you have to go to Google and search how that kind of thing is being transcribed. And also, one of the things that you should take note of is what we call if a spelling is not easily researchable, make your best guess using a common or phonetic spelling of the word. Spell words consistently, thoroughly throughout the transcript. And then here we go. Difficult audio text, and this is very important. But this you will understand more when by the time we get to the practice test. That's where you will find out how you can put the text. As we can see this part right here, let's see, difficult audio text. Right here you can see that inaudible is at 0.0003 seconds. So on the dashboard of your the place that you transcribe, they have a little icon that guides you to put the right tag, and you just go there and you choose whether you want it to be inaudible, crosstalk, or whatever, and you try to put that. And also there's the foreign tag that you can put there, and you have to put it at the very right minute or second, because otherwise whoever is going to be looking into your or reviewing your script has to know where you went wrong or where something went wrong. So be very careful about that. And the speakers, this is the fun part, because first of all, Rev has this thing where they have like 3 columns. The first column is of the speakers, and the second column is of the audio or the words that are being spoken. So on the speaker side, you choose the kind of speaker that is talking, and you label them as speaker 1 or speaker 2. And also sometimes you have like 3 speakers, sometimes you have 4 speakers, and the chances are that when you have more than 2 speakers, let's say you have 3 speakers, chances are maybe 2 of them are male or 2 of them are female, so, or all of them are the same sex. So you have to label their voices, like maybe you have to say deep voice or female voice or soft voice, something like that, so that whoever is going to be reviewing your thing can know what is going on down there. And also let's go to the punctuation. Okay, commas used where appropriate, do not use in excess to the point where it inhibits readability. For significant pauses, use ellipses. Ellipses are like those 3 dots where like you see that I just stopped and yes. But like I said, it gets much easier when you start to do the practice test. And then the hyphens used to indicate abrupt interruptions and cutoffs. If a speaker pauses while speaking or changes topics without being interrupted, use an ellipsis. Also, quotation marks used when a quote is directly stated or implied. Make sure to capitalize the first word of the quote. So they're giving you an example also there. The example is, then I told him, comma, and then open quote, and then capital letter, I don't think I can, and then comma, close quote, and he said, comma, open quote, okay then, full stop, close quote. Those are very, very important. So here we go. Now we have gone through the style guide. Now we can go to the test. The first test is about what we've just read about the style guide. So you just answer the questions based on punctuation, on ellipses, on how to punctuate, how to capitalize, and it's just a general test of your English language. So that's why I'm saying you really, really need to be very fluent with your English. And here we go. Now we will be going through the next step, which is transcribing, like actual practice, and we'll be given an audio and we'll have to transcribe it. And remember, the main things, you have to separate speakers, you have to label them, you have to put the right text, and also when an audio is in a foreign language, you have to always remember that you have to put a tag that shows that audio is in a foreign language, is not in English. And also you have to take note of the crosstalks. Those are very important. And also capitalize things like nouns, your places, your names. And also don't forget to go to Google if you feel like you don't understand something. It is very important. I'm not going to give you all the answers, but I will show you. I'll try by all means to make sure that you remember the main things that you have to do. And also once we get there, you will realize that there is like the colors that you have to assign to each speaker, and everything is there. You'll understand once we are on that part. Okay, so here we go. Now we are gonna go into the transcription test and listen to the audio and very carefully.